What's up, everyone? Say hi if you're in the chat. Just hopped on for a little bit. Talk, talk it out. Wait till some people get in here. First off, what I wanted to talk about is the big fight tonight, which is Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. So if you're in the chat, let me know your predictions. I'm really hoping Woodley pulls this one out, and gets a knockout in the third or fourth round. But honestly, it can go either way. I know Jake Paul's proved that he's a good striker, even though he can be a bit of a douchebag. But I think Woodley has some knockout power that we've seen. We saw it in the Robbie Lawler fight and a few different fights. So we'll see. He's tough. He's not going to gas out. At least not until the sixth round at the earliest. And I think that it's actually going to end up being a boring fight. So we'll see. See, Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. What else do we got? That's one thing. I'm sure we'll come back to that at the end of the stream. But in terms of the YouTube world, I've been watching a lot of Nick Briz lately, the basketball YouTuber. So look at this. Nice frame right there. My background, a little Kanye. Ooh, speaking of Kanye, before we get to Nick Briz, the Donda is finally out. The Donda album, I'm about halfway through. I like it so far. I definitely like it. I don't think there's any classics yet, but I definitely like Donda thus far. I think it's going to be a good album. So we'll definitely come back and do a full review of that once I finish listening to it through a couple times. So yeah, so that's Donda. The fanfare and the whole thing was a little extreme for me. The listening parties looked a little creepy. I think he had Marilyn Manson, who has like a court case out right now, and just a few different things that were kind of weird with that I got a little creeped out. But I'm gonna let the music speak for itself. I'm not gonna worry about the fanfare and the lead up. But Kanye's my favorite rapper ever, so I definitely give him the full benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna listen to it through at least 2 or 3 times, and as Kanye albums always age well. He's always ahead of his time. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it progresses and seeing how people like it, seeing which songs end up being the classics. Every Kanye album, like the last ones were 7 songs each with Kids See Ghosts and Yay and Use This Gospel. What was the name of the Jesus is King was his gospel album. So there's definitely going to be gospel elements in here, but my point was that Kanye albums are usually 7 songs in length, or they have been for the past 2. But this one was 28, so it's like an hour, almost 2 hours long, like an hour 45 minutes long. So definitely going to take a while to listen to it all the way through. It's like a short movie, basically. So yeah, that's Kanye. This is my first time really live streaming on YouTube, so I don't know how I could really. I don't think I can watch or react to videos like that, or at least I don't know how to. That would be something for future streams that we could definitely get into. Talk a little bit about my background. Got Spider-Man up here, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is the animated movie. Which brings me to my first point. I didn't even realize that I have a lot more to talk about than I originally thought. So Spider-Man, this is the Into the Spider-Verse, which is the animated movie. That's what that poster is about. But Spider-Man, it's not far from home. It's let me pull it up. Because the new trailer just dropped, and it's going to be Spider-Man Into the Live Action Spider-Verse. The title is No Way Home, and I'll read the synopsis quickly. The title is No Way Home. Pull up a synopsis. The release date is July 16th of next year. I don't know if they have a synopsis yet, but basically, the Green Goblin is back. Willem Dafoe, Doc Ock is back. Alfred Molina. So that likely means that Peter Parker obviously is Tom Holland, but Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker will be back, and Toby will likely be back for that. So that's really exciting. That's something I'm really excited about. Sorry, my frame here, but I'm really excited to have Toby Maguire back in the Spider Verse, and looking forward to seeing that movie very much. It's one of the most anticipated trailers we've seen, not only in the Marvel world, but in the in the movie world in general in a long time. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, so we covered Spider Man, Woodley versus Paul, Kanye. So we'll start from the top of what I had written down, which is the world I like to enter, which is the basketball YouTube world. If you check out my channel, you'll see the top 10, the top 10 like basketball YouTubers I listed and basketball online people. So the number one on that list I thought was Tristan Jass, aka T Jass. But granted, this was before I knew of Nick Briz and Deontay Friga. Obviously, that video just dropped. I haven't. I started watching it, but I didn't finish watching. I watched the first couple of minutes, so I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into that and seeing who wins. I know who wins. It's Nick Briz's squad, the Savage Squad, which consists of the big man, Carlos, Chauncey, and then they had Cash as their fifth. So that was exciting because the other fifth guy with the beard isn't that good, but Cash Nasty can definitely play, even though first couple minutes that I watched, Cash was stinking it up out there. But always fun to watch when they collaborate, the Two Hype with anyone. Even though Cash I don't really consider part of Two Hype, but he is technically part of Two Hype. But I'm getting off track. So it was Nick Briz versus Devontae Friga. Apparently they've been building up a rivalry for a long time, and I'm excited to see where this goes. They have a rematch on September 25th with Devontae's going to have a full squad, which to me begs the question, like, why didn't he have a full squad already? Like, why didn't he have a full squad ready to go? Unless it's like anything where it's fixed and they wanted to build a rematch. So if they wanted to do that effectively, it worked. But in my mind, the fair way to do it is bring your full squad on this date, bring a Savage Squad versus the Free Squad, and then see who wins, and then you can do best 2 out of 3, whatever it may be from there, depending on how the game goes. But, there's a reason I'm not a 100K, 500K YouTuber like those two guys are. I think Nick Briz is like almost 700 and Devontae is about 500. So there's a reason, they know what they're doing, obviously. But either way, we're looking forward to some good basketball. Not only good basketball, I heard someone in the comment section call it, this is turning into World Star basketball. Which, hey, that's great. If you, come for the good 5-on-5 and stay for the fights. So basically like hockey basketball, where there's like almost a fight or about to be a fight every time, which, listen, I'm all for it. As long as I'm not in the park and I have no threat of violence against me directly, I'd love to watch that stuff. And Nick Briz does it better than anyone else. So I watched a YouTube video. For those of you who don't know, if you want to get caught up on the Friga versus Briz, it's Friga's like the light side. It's a good guy. Everyone at his... So they both go to like different parks and they challenge people with their 5 against whoever 5, and they travel around the country doing that for YouTube, and it's very entertaining content. But like I was saying, Devontae Friga is the light side, and Nick Briz is the dark side. Nick Briz has the Savage Squad with Carlos and trash talk and fights, and Devontae is kind of like, I'm here to have fun and play good basketball. So I've been watching Nick Briz for a lot longer, but I think I like Devontae Friga's way of doing things a little better because I'm a good guy at heart. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So there's that. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to watching the video and look forward to September 25th. Maybe I'll try to do a live reaction to the video, like Twitch style, where people react to different videos like that. So yeah, looking forward to that. And that's kind of it on the basketball YouTuber side. But been playing a little bit. Played a little too much on my bad ankle, classic game on, pushing it too early without being fully recovered, but that's the name of the game. I'm a competitive guy. I like to get out there. Played it at Bolden Mac Park, which was a lot of fun. I saw actually a former teammate playing the championship game, and they ended up coming back and winning. So it was my former AAU teammate, which was cool to see. He's like, hey, I could be out there, but no. Can't forget that I'm a curly-headed white guy and I 6'4" and can't dunk. So that pulls me back a little bit. But I can shoot the three and I can defend. So 3-and-D all the way. We also played at Northport. I won't blow that spot up. The MAC I feel like is already kind of famous, but I won't blow my secret spot up in Northport. But there was some good run out there too. The lights turn off late, so that's always fun. But I'm getting back into running, and I'm going to try to see if I can get through the Fifth Ave Mile on September 12th. Even if it's just a jog, I want to run it as a workout. And then halfway through, if I'm feeling good, run the first half as a workout and race the second half, which is a good strategy for me anyway, because I always like to push in the beginning. So if the ankle feels good at 800 meters, 1200 meters, rip that last 4 to 800 meters and see what I can do. See if I can go like 545 or sub 540, hopefully. So going right into that, to the Olympics. I wish I saw more of the Olympics, but I saw about as much of it as I could with my busy schedule working. Um, I shouldn't laugh at that. It's true. I'm a busy guy. I got a full-time job. But the Olympics was a lot of fun. I correctly predicted Jakob Ingebrigtsen winning, and then I think everyone kind of thought it would be either him or the Kenyan 1-2. And then Josh Kerr was a bit of a surprise. Sitting Kick podcast host, a bit of a surprise in third, but he's a guy, Josh Kerr, I'd love to have on any of the three, but especially Josh Kerr because I think he has the most personality of the medalists, and I think he'd be a great podcast guest. And he has a podcast, so there you go. So shout out to Josh Kerr and David Ribich. Ribich, keep pushing it, man. You'll be up in the next cycle in the 1500. So shout out to those guys. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, wish I saw more of the Olympics, but very impressive. Athing Mo taking home gold. That was super impressive. Cindy McLaughlin. The U.S. showed out, especially on the women's side in the sprints and mid distance. So shout out to them. Keep working hard, man. Even if you're not going to be an Olympian, just keep pushing. I'm pushing myself. I'm getting ready, gearing up for that 5K. Like I said, the Fifth Avenue Mile is a workout, and just have my sights set on that turkey trot, Oyster Bay turkey trot. So if you're there, I'm gonna try to get in good shape and make sure no one has an easy trot to that finish line. I'm gonna try to challenge myself, and with the goal of winning under the strict tutelage of Mike Petrina and the distance training program over at SRC Stable Running Company. That's my new singlet. Proud to have a new singlet. Proud to be on a team. Oh my God, that always does better when he has a team and teammates to push him. So definitely excited in the running world. And also, I got a new coaching position. I won't give too much away, but stay tuned to my social media, I guess. And well, not really. I'm not going to make it too public, but just wanted to congratulate myself on finally having a part-time coaching position, something I wanted to do really since I started running. Since I knew that it was like a realistic goal, but it's a big-time part-time job. So I'm really excited and looking forward to pushing myself and dedicating as much time as I can to it. And yeah, a lot of good movies out. We'll review some movies quickly. I saw Suicide Squad and The Green Knight. I think I did a Green Knight review. I'm not sure if I did a Green Knight review on the podcast, but that was a bug out. I rated higher than the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad, I think more people will like. More of a traditional, popcorn movie. And The Green Knight was kind of a psychological quest, I say. The Green Knight was a psychological quest, and I put that at 92, and the Suicide Squad Part 2 at an 88 or an 89. So that was kind of that. That's kind of my life update, my basketball update, Olympic recap. Willie versus Paul, Kanye, Spider-Man, Marvel. We hit a little bit of everything in a quick 15-minute podcast live stream. So thank you for everyone for tuning in, even though no one did live, but that's okay. It was short notice. We'll work on that. And yeah, the next episode, we'll try to have Elijah on to preview the football season. And also, we're going to have my former NASA teammate, once a Lion, always a Lion, Sabrina, she was a great sprinter, and she used to do gymnastics, and she's also now in physical therapy. So stay tuned for that this upcoming week. We'll do an episode, and thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night. Peace.